Cloudwater Light and Crisp Pilsner.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I don't know what it is, but I'm on a lager one tonight. I tried that Lindeman's Yellow, that fruity beer. That fucking put me right off. So I've just had the Piston Head Amber, full amber. That was really nice. That really surprised me. I got 8.5 out of 10. And I had a little spree on Cloudwater the other day, and I picked up a can of this Pilsner. Now, I've tried one of their lagers before, the hoppy little lager, and I was really impressed with that. So I thought I'd give them another go and try the Light and Crisp Pilsner. And also try out my new Cloudwater glass that I smashed the other one. Yeah, I don't know how I've done that. Being a lazy bastard, I think. I wouldn't get out of the chair, try to lift it off the shelf and crash. Anyway, I've got some of this stuff. This is Light and Crisp Pilsner. It fucking winds me up when people call lager crisp. It's not crisp. It is smooth. Cloudwater, of course, really good brewery, based up in Manchester, in a little estate, industrial estate in Manchester. They've got, I've also got a tap room down in London as well, which I haven't been to my shame, and probably won't get to now that I'm permanently working from home. I love their beers, Cloudwater. I will say a couple of things about them though. They do a hell of a lot of beer. There is just so much fucking beer coming out of that place, and it's difficult to keep up with it all. I mean, I was even looking this stuff up on their website. I bought it the other day. It's not on there anymore. And you just think, Christ, you know, how can you keep track of all that? It's like, I don't even think they've got a core range. It's just completely off the wall. It changes so often. I know, you know, you can't stick to brewing the same beer all the time. Well, yeah, saying that, I mean, them Belgian monasteries have been doing it for fucking centuries, and the Germans as well. But it seems to be the thing with craft brewers. It's like, they'll brew a batch of stuff, get that out, call it something else, get another batch, call that something else, get another batch, call it something else. So it is hard to keep up with what Cloudwater are doing, but I will say what they do. I've got a few of them up there. I was a bit disappointed with the Helles. I don't know why I kept this can, but I've got, I was saying the other lager I tried was the Helles. It didn't impress me. In the words of Shania Twain, that didn't impress me much. But the IPAs and stuff that they do are just fucking great. And I watched an interview with the sort of the founder. Is it Paul Jones? He's not the most interesting bloke in the world, but he knows his stuff when it comes to beer. And he was saying that normally he goes and selects his own hops from the States, but he can't do that now because of the coronavirus. So he reckons the quality of Cloudwater beer could potentially suffer. Don't know whether that's true or not. But let me turn this phone off. I've been getting messages all fucking night. Yeah, so who knows what Cloudwater beer is going to taste like next year, but I don't care because I've got some this year. Let's investigate this beer. I'll get the bins on because you'll be getting nothing out of me otherwise. This is Light and Crisp Pilsner. They pushed the boat out with that name, didn't they? Well, at least you know what it is. 5%, 440ml. Sentinel, Laurel and Columbus hops. I'll get onto them in a sec. Alright. What else is there on there? Yeah, Cloudwater, brewed and packed by Cloudwater, blah blah blah. To us an apex, to all other life a perch. Our highs are their lows. Oh, that's what it's called. Our highs are their lows. I I fucking hate that pretense. That is pretentious bollocks, that is. You know, just fucking call it something mean, like, I don't know, cunt juice or something. I'd buy a lager called cunt juice or fuckface lager. Maybe I should brew my own stuff. It probably tastes like shit, but there you go. But yeah, our highs are their lows. Our highs, it just sounds, I don't know, it just sounds fucking weak and insipid. You know, if you want to have if you're going to, there's no saying, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. Alright? And I get that. And I think Anarchy Brew Company, they do some good ones. Some good names. But some of the fucking names that these lot come out with. Fucking calm down. Anyway, West Ham are on later, so that's probably why I'm getting wound up. One thing I like about this is the year. They've got the crop year on there, it's 2019. The crop year obviously applies to the hops. Now the hops in here are Sentinel hops, which give you like a floral and citrus aroma. Laurel hops are quite unique. They give you like a dark fruit. You've got some floral in there, but you've also got like a peppery, spicy type flavour from it too. And of course you've got Columbus in here as well, which is just, you know, your usual citrus, little touch of spice or herbs. And yeah, so all in all, it could be an interesting lager. Let's get it in the glass before it goes warm. Right, get the bins off. On the nose, out of the can. Mildly hoppy. Yeah, there's quite a bit of floral and citrus notes coming from this. Not what I would expect from a lager or a Pilsner even. I would expect that from like a pale ale. Pouring it out, it is quite clear. There's a little, is there a little haze? A very, very slight haze to that, but it looks reasonably nice. Nice amount of carbonation, 1.5 finger head, white foamy head. Yeah, it does smell really hoppy, like American-y style hops. And I would, if I was blindfolded in a test, I'd say that was an American style session pale ale rather than a Pilsner. It's just got that American flavour to it. Well, certainly the aroma to it. I don't know about the flavour, I'll tell you about that in a minute, but yeah, if I'm going to be brewing a Pilsner, I would not be putting American hops in it. Maybe it's me just being traditional and all that, you know, but I'm all for experimentation, I know, but Pilsner is a Czech beer. In my opinion, it should have, you know, some of the noble hops, SARS. I mean, that's what. But then you can argue, well, you're just doing what everyone else does. Yeah, true. What do I know anyway? So, here it is in a glass. Looks reasonably nice. Let's get it down the hatch. Cheers. Yeah. That is not a Pilsner. Now, I don't know. I do wonder sometimes with craft brewers. You know, for years, lager was frowned upon, and it's a drink that divides opinion. In the sort of, not just in the craft brew world, but in the ale world as well. Personally, I love it. I think it is the go-to drink on a hot summer's day, or even if you like sessioning stuff. A good lager's, in my opinion, the best drink. It just goes down great. You know, if you're necking it and gassing all the time, then yeah, I love it. If you're going to do one, it's got to be reasonably good. This stuff is packed with American hops, and it tastes, as I said, like a pale ale, American pale ale. Might not look like it, but the aromas and the taste, there's just too much American hops in that for that to be a Pilsner. The finish is bitter. The malt is minimal, and I guarantee you something. Now, I'm speaking as a layman, right? I'm not a craft beer fan, I'm just a fan of beer. If I bought that, and for someone, say, just your average lager drinker, they would drink that and say they don't like it. And I know they would, because it tastes like an American pale ale. There is a lot of citrus in that. When I say a lot, I mean more than average. Lager's got a little bit of citrus in it, but it's all about the malt. It's not. This is all about the hops. There is a subtle grapefruit bitterness on this. There is some spice, but not the peppery spice I would expect from a Pilsner. It's more like a herbal, like sage or something like that, rather than pepper. I mean, I know they're using the what's the name, the Centennial hops and all that, which have got like a peppery type aroma. I know they're using these laurel hops for, you know, and it's got a peppery type flavour to it, but it's not coming through. It's been drowned out by all that citrus. Now you've got 3 citrusy hops there. You've got Centennial hops, you've got the Columbus hops, and you've got the laurel hops as well, and they're all citrusy and, you know, grapefruit citrus, and it's coming through in this. If they'd have called this a light American pale ale, I'd have said, yeah, I get that. Pilsner, it is not. I know they probably bottom fermented this, and this is why they're calling it a Pilsner, but you've just put too much American hops in there for that to be anything remotely like a Pilsner. As the drink goes, it's not bad, but I'd be disappointed buying that thinking I was getting a Pilsner. It is nothing of the sort. Pilsner does not have that amount of citrus in it, and it should have a nice biscuity, malty finish, and this ain't. I mean, I'm going to go into a rant here, but I really don't want to. But fuck it, yeah, I will. It just annoys me. There's craft brewers fucking sprouting up on every street corner. Now, I know Cloudwater are one of the better ones, right? So, I get that. But if you really want to be a good brewer, and I'm a critic, right? So, it's my money that people can say, oh, well, you don't brew beer, what the fuck do you know? I'm buying the fucking beer. So, I think I've got a say in what they're doing, right? If I'm going to part with my money to a brewery, and the beer isn't to my liking, not that I'm saying this isn't, but I'm just talking in general here, I think I've got a right to criticise. You know, if I didn't buy the beer and I just heard people saying it was crap, and I chimed in and said it was crap, then yeah, you could be quite within your rights to say, well, you know, shut the fuck up. But I've just bought this now on the premise that I'm going to be drinking a nice, well brewed Pilsner, and it's not. That has got none of the characteristics of a Pilsner. And going back to my rant, it just seems now there's craft brewers brewing up, sprouting up on every street corner, and they just want to brew IPAs packed full of hops. And to be honest, I can't tell a lot of difference between one and the other. you know, I'll buy a pale ale from some and I'll just drink it and I think, it's no different. No, it doesn't stand out. And it goes back to my old saying of, you know, if you run with the crowd, you won't get any further than the crowd. And Cloudwater, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Cloudwater as a brewery. When it comes to IPAs, double dry hopped IPAs, even imperial stouts and stuff, they're fucking spot on. Even their little hoppy lager, yeah, I knew what I knew what I was getting into from the description of the can, and it was perfect. I was psyched up to taste a lager that had some hops. And you know, if they said this was a hop lager, I'd say not bad, maybe a little bit too much on the hops, but it's okay, it's drinkable. But this is it's just like a, you know, an American pale ale. I know I keep labouring this point, but and as it goes, it's not a bad beer. It sounds like I'm knocking the beer. I'm not knocking the beer, I'm knocking the description. Alright? So don't get, you know, on your high horse saying, oh, you fucking Cloudwater can't be criticised. I'm criticising them because that says Pilsner. And that is not a Pilsner. This tastes American. Rant over. So what's the verdict? Well, I do like Cloudwater. Don't get me wrong. I like Cloudwater. I like what they do. I like the IPAs and the stouts, and they know what they're doing. But do not fucking call that a fucking Pilsner. It's not a Pilsner. Not with all them American hops. Pilsner comes from the Czech Republic. There is no fucking American hops in the Czech Republic. And relax. If you like American Pale Ale, you're going to like this. It's nice. As it goes, it's, you know, it's quite refreshing, and it has got a crispness to about it. But it ain't a Pilsner. Not in my opinion, anyway. I'm going to give it a 6 out of... No, well, what do? I'll give it a fucking 0 out of 10 for the description. Right? But as the drink goes, it isn't too bad. So I'm only half disappointed. So I'll give it a 6 out of 10. No, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7. But just I'm going to stop. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there before I just start again going into one. It's okay. The name's Ponzi. The description is shit. The beer is okay. Make of that what you will. If you want to buy some, buy some. If you don't want to buy some, don't buy some. That's not a Pilsner, so you're taking your chances. And remember, life is too short to be getting wound up by descriptions on beer cans.